Hey guys, it's Torqen here, and welcome back to another video. So, for today's video, there are a lot of comps that Camille really struggles into because they have a lot of CC, they have good frontline, and I just want to show you guys a game that I played in which I was into a comp just like that, and I managed to come out ahead. I managed to, play to give my team the best chance of winning, and we managed to capitalize on it and actually win the game. So let's get right into it. So for this game, I'm into Singed. I have Hail of Blades this game, which is a new rune setup I'm trying. It should be somewhere on the screen right now, and I will go into it more in depth in a later video, but I don't actually think it's good into Singed, but I'm just using it for this video because I wanted to test it out on Singed and see if it was actually something that could work into him. So Singed starts off pushing this wave into us pretty quickly, and so I'm just going to freeze it here. That's going to be my objective the entire game. If he's just going to force, hard push the waves, then I'm just going to freeze this permanently, and there's not really anything you can do about it. You can see that after a while he tries to go proxy, and I immediately chase him and force out his flash, which is perfect for me. So now I know that next time I have a chance, I can very easily kill him. So again, we're still seeing the same thing. He wants to back, and so I'm going to freeze this wave. And eventually, he grows impatient and tries to do something about it, and it leads to his very quick demise. So I pretty much just gave him a really bad choice. He either has to let me freeze the wave, or he backs and loses a bunch of minions, and he didn't want to do that. So in this game, I took Tiamat, and it's just largely because this Singed is playing really weirdly. He's not actually trying to fight me. He just wants to clear waves and then do other things. So I'm playing to counter that, and because I need to counter that, I have bought Tiamat so that I can stop him. Something I want you guys to notice about my kills on Singed is that none of them were forced by me. They were all from Singed trying to assert his playstyle, either push really hard or try and trade with me, and I took advantage of him being impatient and used that to kill him. So laning phase is now pretty much over. Top tower has been taken, and I see that dragon is up. So after backing, I actually head down towards the jungle to see if I can help out my team first. Since I have TP up, I can always TP back to top lane to get the wave if I need to. I think it's much more important that I'm here for this fight so I can help my team out, because this could be a pivotal fight if we manage to get to wipe their team. And now that Dragon's down, the next thing I'm going to do with Baron up is head to bot lane, as I want to see if I can draw out Singed towards me or Sejuani towards me so that my team can find a favorable fight without me. The simple truth is that the 5v5 is so much harder to win for our team than them because they have the Singed and they have the Sejuani, And Singed is such a strong champ even when he's behind because his items are cheap and he only needs 3 items to really function. So it's really good for him. And like I said, now Sejuani is here, so if my team group up together, they could probably find a play elsewhere on the map where she won't be able to stop them with her ult or any of her CC. Look, I can't stress this enough. Just don't bother chasing Singed, okay? He has to do some weird things if he has to get out of where he's going. He's literally running into our jungle to escape so that he doesn't die to me, and he's gonna die for it. So just be unbothered by whatever he does, you know? Don't force it too hard. And you can see that him pretty much inting here allows us to actually go in and get another of his teammates, entirely because he tried to play the game. Also, don't make the mistake of forcing too hard, you know, trying to go in too strongly. That was the mistake that Fizz made just now that caused him to die. You can see that I waited before going in to finish that fight because I knew that those guys still had CC, and if I went in earlier, it's likely I would have died before we could have finished the fight properly. So now that Dragon is up, it's back to top lane again so that I can try to keep the opposing team separated. I start my TP thinking that maybe I can take advantage of the pick that my team got onto the Soraka, but unfortunately they managed to somehow mess it up and 2 of them die in the process, which leads to the rest of them completely dying. So you can see here that unfortunately my plan didn't work out, but I wouldn't say it was the wrong play. I would say that my team just messed up a bit. You know, into these high CC comps, any small misstep results in your death. So this is where I transition my playstyle a bit into a bit more of an assassin, because I see that there's some stragglers on the enemy team, and if I can find them, I can probably kill them while they're away from the rest of their team. You can see it pays off amazingly as my team picked up Singed and we were able to get 3 of the enemy team that were lurking behind them. So now my team has Baron, and again the plan is going to be to split away from my team. Unfortunately they came to join me here, not really getting the memo. I think I would prefer if they stayed in mid, because if they were in mid right now, they would probably be able to pick off that Ashe that is currently fighting Viego, I believe. And he dies to her, as you can see. We do manage to trade for him on the top side, but it would have been much better if the rest of my team was also in mid with Viego. And now, because Singed is dead, I'm trying to see if we can force a 5v, a favorable fight with him out of it. Because even though our jungler is missing, I'm almost completely certain we win the 4v4 with the damage that we have on our side compared to theirs. Our Fizz got caught a bit early though, so I'm forced to going back to my original plan, which is to draw people to top lane so that hopefully my team can take a favorable fight around the dragon that's about to spawn. I'm now at the tower and dragon's about to spawn, and this is where you have to make a tough choice. Singed shows up, and I have two options. I can either head towards my team or keep pressuring Singed so that he's forced to stay here and not join his team. I was hoping that my team would get a favorable engage, seeing as Singed isn't there to disrupt, but they still managed to die, and so my plans are ruined yet again. But the simple truth is, even if I was there, I wouldn't have been able to do anything to help my team. So now we're in the later point of the game, and I don't want to leave my team alone because we're 37 minutes in, and if they all die, we lose the game. So I can't afford to be split pushing right now. I have to be around the team so that if a fight breaks out, I'm there to help them out immediately. As you can see, it pays off right now as I'm here to join this fight just as it starts. Now my team managed to get Baron again, and I'm going to go back to doing the same thing, which is staying away from my team so that Singed isn't there and they can look for a favorable collapse onto the enemy team. This time they do the right thing and all join up in mid where they find Ashe, where they find Ahri, and we're able to close out the game very, very cleanly. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys have seen that in some games, you know, I know everybody loves to be the center of attention and get all the kills, but there's some games where it's just not really viable. There's some games where there's too much CC, where there's too much frontline, and your team just doesn't have any of that. In that case, it's your responsibility to split push and put pressure in other ways on the map so that the opposing team can't play the game properly, and that way your team has the best chance of winning. With that guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Precision is the difference between a butcher and a surgeon.